Sorry, Subaha. Brothers and sisters, guys and goddesses, it's good to see you all here this morning. It's a fine morning indeed. It's that time of the month once again where we are to be enlightened with words of wisdom that will carry us throughout the weeks and months and hopefully the years ahead. This morning, I would like to introduce a brother who really needs no introduction. And all of us know him to the extent that we do. And we pray that Allah's guidance be with him always. Keep giving him the strength to lead this great movement of ours into the future so that our young will go forward in the name of Allah, Muhammad, and our brothers and sisters can prevail. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you all this morning to Sheikh Abdullah. Anything but successful with an invitation like that. Peace be with you. All of you. Peace be with you. I wanted to come and knock it off the page. Waiting to see what you're going to bring. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. I will say it again. It's an honor to stand before you, sons and daughters of Allah, and to bring you a lesson. Prefix to my subject was written by Sheikh Wabra Samahi, and he was speaking about the Rasul. He and the Rasul were like this. There were many occasions where people wanted to harm the Rasul because of what he said and the way he carried himself. So as a result, Sheikh Wabra claimed to be his bodyguard. And he said he had that pistol on him at all times. So Sheikh Wabra is speaking in essence about the Rasul. The Rasul is conversing with him, and he
talking to the Rasul. Bismillah, Rahman Rahim. In the year 1935, the Rasul says to me, Venus is my initial. Astronomy. This planet is one of the most important of the planets, moving in an orbit between that of Mercury and that of the Earth at a mean distance from the Sun of about 67 million miles away. Venus passes through phases similar to those of the Moon, and at the brightest it is far more brilliant than any other fixed star. Venus is surrounded by an atmosphere, doubtless abounding in clouds. The metal is copper, so designated from the ancient use of the metal in making mirrors. A mirror, or being still, the astronomical symbol of the planet Venus, who are Hathor in Greek and Merkati in the language of the gods. Her vert, green, embrazoning by the heavenly bodies. The Honorable Paul Nathaniel Johnson, B.A., the Rasul, or received revelations from Ra, the god of Fahmi, became of this, comes to the black race, the prophet of Amun-Ra. And he is the outpouring of the great solar intelligence, behind which is the spirit or force of God. He is the successor to the gods of Kim, where ancient Islam began. Being the prophet of Amun-Ra, he is unveiling ancient Islam of the mighty god Kim, before the land was named the land of Ham. So the symbol of Merkati, as goddess of the Nile River, pouring out the blessings upon the earth at springtime, causes her to be Mother Earth, or Mother Earth, or Mother Nature. And words of power, Lelokira, Il, Amun-Ra, Fahmi, Kim, Ptah, Osa, Isis, Hathor, Ori, and all these are represented by symbols of power. Read the saviors of the world and the sons and daughters of God. And they will draw a picture of my precept. The planet Venus, being his initial, means he was placed at the beginning and stands as of a list of series as the initial letter of the name. Through the symbol of Venus being his initial means that he was initiated or he was properly admitted to an office or secret society for secret learning all the life, and was introduced in the secrets of the sky. He was an introductory step or movement, which was an act or a beginning, which was the right or power given him to introduce a new course of action. That is, to develop or open new fields as a man or a marked initial of Venus and Mercury. Venus and Mercury, Thoth and Hathor, or Merkati, solved all of the mysteries of life. There they educated our Fahmi Rasul. In the secrets of the sky, there is hid the secret wisdom of the mysteries of life. They are servants of the Most High God, Amun-Ra, and they are agents of Venus and Mercury, the symbol of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, as was taught the Rasul, who is Amun-Ra again, made known in the image of man, as a man or a marked initial of Venus and Mercury. Wednesday is set aside for seeking wisdom. What does that say? Wednesday is set aside for seeking wisdom from Thoth and Hathor, who is the angel of mind and memory. I know people as a people or human being or being human, but to a man, time and good works has to prove him, which is the key to knowing man. Emblems. We see emblems all around us. We see emblems all around us. And that's it. What is an emblem? What is an emblem? We see them. What does it mean? What is it? Not how it works. What is it? What it is and what it does is two different things. Christ, Ra, or the sun, dies upon the cross by 90 degrees. We have young brothers who are astrologers in our midst. I want you all to pay close attention to this. Christ, Ra, or the sun, dies upon the cross by 90 degrees at the 4 cardinal points each year, and rises from the dead and receives all mankind unto himself. Is this not true? Christ goes away by 360 degrees and prepares a place for humanity to rise by agriculture, food for preserving themselves until the next 5th season. To use this law of self-preservation of nature is Christ preparing a place for each nation to survive. As history records, Matthew chapter 20, verse 18 and 19. John chapter 20, verse 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Verse 15 reads, he wore disguise. Verse 17 explains his ascending to God. John chapter 20, verse 26 and 27 shows that Christ never died on the cross. John chapter 21, verse 12, 13, 14, 15 makes this parable of the Son much clearer. All right. We have some Bible verses that you can study. The stories that we've been told about God, Jesus dying on the cross, is nothing more than emblematic or symbolized or symbol trying to explain what we're talking about here. The Son dying on the cross, so to speak, 360 degrees. That's all it's trying to say. It is our job to try to enlighten you into some of the things that are being taught to you. I know sometimes you all get tired of hearing us say, well, why do you brothers always pick out the negative stuff? It's because we are bombarded with negative stuff all the time. We are bombarded with false stuff that needs to be clarified. And if we don't say it here, where will we say it? So Jesus didn't die on the cross, or Christ didn't die on the cross. This is symbolic. This is symbolic. This is one of the phases that astronomy is talking about. Dying on the cross every 90 degrees, or something happens every 90 degrees. We know what the 90 degrees are every 3 months. This symbolic philosophy made the story plausible, and the poets made it sweet. Which means that they took the stuff that was ours, they took our history, and let the poets speak about it. And the poets came back with the flowery sayings, them and they, and him and how, and whatever you want to say. They made it plausible. And the poets made it sweet. Symbolism brings the son of Ra before the people, representing it being a man by symbols and giving it a symbolic character. Keep in mind that. We're talking about the S-U-N. We're not talking about the S-O-N. The cross, X, was in the Ancient of Days the sign of the creative wisdom, or logos, the Son of God. Logarithm in mathematics, we will use this word, speaks of the exponent of the power fixed to of the exponent to which a fixed number, 10, must be raised in order to produce a given number. Now, is there anybody that can understand that? Do you understand logarithm? Mathematics? It's in mathematics.
Yes.
It is used to what? Okay. So we got somebody to understand what we're talking about. What the lesson is talking about. Good. Because I couldn't explain it. Which is a fixed number, 10, must be raised in order to produce a given number. Such as the logarithm of 1,000 is 3, 4, 5, which is one of the systems of such exponents used to shorten calculations in math. Greek logos means proportions, and arithmos meaning numbers. From comes the word arithmetic, meaning proportions in numbers. So to understand the crucifixion and the resurrection of Christ, coming as the Son of Man on a cloud, you had better join our ancient society of our noble ancestors who ruled the world 50,000 years before Adam. A mathematical calculation that causes Christ to rise, or he is risen in March, then April, from new moon to new moon. Isis as Mary, seeking her Lord, for she knew not where they laid him. He is laid at a cardinal point, going back to her God and his God. Wherever I shall be, ye shall also be. That is around the Taurus belt, the circle that belts the earth. Going back to his God, and in it, our God takes in all the inhabitants of the 7 great masses of land. Mathematically, wherever he be, there also will be people to receive him. Thus Christ is the resurrection and the life. God's only begotten Son, S-U-N, in which he is well pleased. He will receive wheat for homage unto himself. March the 21st, Feast of St. Bukhara, the bull, symbolic, that of the regenerated power of the sun, moon, and earth. April the 21st, Festival of Hathor, or Heath, Easter. So you can see how the Christian wrote the greatest story about the greatest and most enlightened civilization that ever existed. Now the new moon, March the 9th, the first quarter, till March the 21st, the last quarter, March the 22nd. From March the 22nd till 9 days later appears the first quarter of the moon of the 7th. We're talking about now the different moons. The moon goes through a phase each month. And to show you the importance of the moon, the significance of this changing of the moon, it represents high tide, low tide. It represents something that happens with our sisters also. That moon. It happens to them every month. Now this year, last year, they trailed your ancestral days of March's feast of St. Bukhara, earth. Now this year, they are trailing ahead on the 18th, 3 days before our festival day of that feast. We call it Day of Hathor. They call it Easter. Following your holy days exactly to that of the new moon, using them for power, luck, and victory, living on our traditions or sayings of the traders of the ancient Hamites, while the black folks are unaware of giving them possession of what is theirs already. The spirit of Isis, the spirit of Ammon, and the spirit of Eve, they are using through our race these spirits' powers as we exercise and set in motion their desires. We are the dead burying the dead. Yes, we are the ignorant burying the ignorant. Now the cross on the universe is the horizontal and vertical lines. Now at the center of the universe, at 12 o'clock, stands the angel Zero. Prayer time, 12 o'clock. Zero. Now at the center of the universe, at 12 o'clock, stands the angel Zero, or Zur, the mighty Cushite conqueror of ancient Ken. There Christ, or Ra, gives strength to males and females, and nurses and cares much in listening to their prayers to be guided on the right path or in the right direction, noontime. Or at noon, or hour of fourth, or Kansu, the mighty noon, La ilaha illallah. I'll give you this lesson, and you'll move on. No, I'm not. I'm going to give you the lesson on know thyself. Know thyself. To know thyself is knowing yourself. Knowing yourself is having knowledge and being well informed of yourself as to being clever or shrewd in the secret understanding of matter or affairs. Every attractive person is an overwhelming one called a knockout. Every champion in wrestling or boxing is one overwhelming in his or her attraction. To strike at the root of things is the black man's nature, for he is going after the essence, parts, or base of it, the roots in any inanimate object, such as a person or thing towards which feelings, thoughts, or actions is directed. He who knows himself knows how to build. Let us now know or understand the difference in art and furniture. The house we live in is our furniture, for it is furnished. It is furnishing us a shelter for us from cold and hot elements of climate. All right, let's take a thought on that. If you ever realize that this house that you're living in, this house has furniture, it has ribs, it has a heart, it has other things symbolizing furniture that we know of. He who knows himself knows how to build. Let us now know or understand the difference in art and furniture. The house we live in is our furniture, for it furnishes us a shelter for us from the cold and hot elements of climate. The art in the furniture, all the inanimate objects instilled to serve our purpose, things one has in mind to do. The bodies of men are their true furniture, or exact furniture, because it being in harmony with him. The rafters of furniture and joists are the bone structure. The art in the true furniture are veins, a heart, a brain, lungs, liver, kidneys, bladder, stomach, and intestines, properly installed to serve the soul in comfort. We have all these things in us. God gave us these things in order to survive. It is trying to tell you that you have furniture within you, that this bone structure that you have is your rafters or your joists or what have you. It is in you. Man, knowing himself, knows what he needs for the body and mind. All the arts in your furniture, the body, are exact in their operations, timed by the movements of action from the energy of the sun. Let us make a comparison of the you plus the inanimate objects, things made by man, and you will learn to know they are yourself. This one here is very important. Sisters and brothers, you all ask me to sing. And you say that I have a good voice. Did it ever occur to you that you sing too? Did it ever occur to you that you sing? We have a musician in our midst. When I read this paragraph, think about this, what I'm saying. You're a musician. Think about it. Can we sing? Yes, we can. Singing is uttering musically. Therefore, uttering is to make known one's thoughts. Any conversation we express is indeed a song. Singing to each other in our thoughts regardless of sound. For every sound is making notes. Did you know that? Did you know that we're saying do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do when we talk? You didn't realize that. Every time you speak, every time each and every one of us speaks, we are singing. Because what we are doing, we are saying do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. I said it like that. It may be do, fa, re, sol, whatever. Take the musician to tell me what notes that I'm saying with the utterance of my voice. And conversation we express is indeed a song, singing to each other in our thoughts, regardless of sounds, for every sound is making notes. Prayer is the uttering of one's thoughts to the Creator as a song. When you say that prayer, you are talking to yourself, and yourself is getting in touch with the Creator. In our singing, we use sharps and flats and also rest points as of notes high and low, from do, ra, mi, so, do, ra, mi, fa, so, do, is really conversation. The lawyer sings in courts. The doctor sings in hospitals. The nurse sings to the patients. The school teacher sings to the students. And the professor sings to the teachers. And the principal sings to the general masses in the school, colleges, and universities. The horse sings to other horses. Cows sing to other cows. It may sound redundant, but it's the truth. They converse in some kind of capacity. The dog sings to other dogs. Every creature, regardless of kind, sings a song, making things known in their own way of singing. The wind sings to the trees of all sorts. This is called the harp of God. The blowing winds, north, south, east, and west. For one tune of nature sounds good, while some sounds bad, because some songs are sung cold, hot, medium, and pleasing, while other songs sound bad because of the thoughts put into them. So everybody sings, whether it be a snake, dove, eagle, fly, frog, or whatnot, they sing a song regardless of its pitch in notes. Many a time people buy art that are not in harmony with their temperament, nor their environment. We must learn to purchase art representing those of our noble ancestors. For alike attracts alike, which are things resembling each other. Buying something with the resemblance of our ancestors' art, there is a historical basis for both forms, since both ancient and up-to-date, or to improve their art, they are part of the older, brought up to date. Burn no candles in your home or furniture until knowing what they mean. Do the colors of the kinds of the wax used and etc. The tamarisk or evergreen tree are good to have in your house or in your furniture. Remember, wherever you go, you are in your true furniture and animated objects. That the Creator is the greatest surgeon of all. La ilaha illallah.
Let us rise and face the Lord. Pray God to sing. For humbly above all. You are who you are. And that's the word, and that's the spirit, and that's the power. O God of heaven, be high. Make me like the conqueror over me, and mighty noon. Give me the wisdom of thought, and the strength of heel. The good God, the Master. Pour on me a spirit of life, and make me a mighty son of God, son of the Son eternal. Give me the milk of life from the holy breast of the good goddess, and under their care I shall grow into strength and beauty. Make me a giver of life and might, a Sion of Pita, beloved of Mount Rock, and happiness eternal in the paradise of God. O God of Kim and Pita, light our way by the lamp of many too, and give us your peace and rest of truth. O Allah, thou art the Creator, forgiver, protector, and provider for men, Lord of love and banisher of evil. Thy will is done in all the earth and around all the heavens. Thou art Almighty, in whose keeping is the eternal power, the eternal kingdom, and the eternal glory, as declared by Honor. Make our unborn as one of thy gods, carried in the bosom of me. O Almighty, thy wings of protection are outstretched over us by night and by day, as declared by Honor. Amen above all. Amen. Amen. Kim Sue not this created intelligence.
Check Abdullah Rock, son of the Son eternal. Country Bank.
Kashu.
Nishubah. Limsu.
For humbly above all.
Amen. Amen.